Strat-O-Matic Excel Carryover League. Brought to you by the Shrimp Troller. 1972 to 1975.
Welcome back, baseball fans, to the 1972-75 World Series Game 1, Cincinnati Reds versus the Oakland A's from the Oakland Coliseum. Today's starting pitchers for the Cincinnati Reds: Gary Nolan, 72 card, 15-5, 199 ERA, 176 innings. And for Oakland, of course, Jim Catfish Hunter, his brilliant 72 as well. 21-7, 2.04 ERA, 295 innings. My goodness, folks, that's... You combine the ERAs, you get 4.03. Expect a 2-2 tie, or not. Anyway, we'll get started. Leading off for the Reds, it's Joe Morgan. 45, flies to center. Pete Rose, 67, single 1-4, lines out on the 5. And Tony Perez, 38's a walk. Johnny Bench, one of the many MVPs in this game, 110, flies to left. Bottom of the first. It's Claudell Washington, 66, lines a second. Bert Campanera, 67, lines a short. Mike Hegan, 48, second X. You got Joe Morgan, he's a 1-13. 3 up and 3 down. Top of 2. Designated, or first baseman Don Mincher. They got Tony Perez DH today, and Don Mincher is playing first. 56, short X. This is Campaneris. It's a 2, makes the play. Dennis Menke, 67, is a K. Bobby Tolan, 56, short X. Again, Campaneris. He makes the play. Bottom of 2. Probably will go this way, folks. Reggie Jackson. Don't expect a crooked number run inning, but we'll see. 68 pops to first. Joe Rudy, 312. Lomax. Sal Bando, 2-4. Scott center field. Top of the third. Dave Concepcion. 49, pops the third. Cesar Geronimo, 54, pops the second. And Joe Morgan, 39. There's a base runner, a walk. Morgan is going to steal, and he'll probably do a lot of that. Gene Tennis is a 0 arm. And he's out on an 18. So, big break there for the A's. Bottom of the third. It'll be Steve Ontiveros. 36, flies right. Gene Tennis, 2-4, short. Dick Green, 2-7, strikes out. Well, folks, it looks like both teams are just on the practice green right now. Just getting loose. It's going to be a long World Series, I think. And neither team is in a desire to put the opponent away in Game 1, it looks like. Pete Rose leads off in the fourth, 1-7, and we have a hit, finally. 1-7, double 1-3 off the Rose card is a base hit. Tony Perez, 612. Pitcher B. Tony's at first now for Johnny Bench, 59, second C. Perez at second for Don Mincher, 2-9. Oh, grounds at first. Bottom of the fourth. Claudell Washington, and we have another hit. 1-7, double 1-9. A 2-base hit for Claudell Washington. It'll be Bert Campaneris. 2-5, let's take a look at a card. Bert Campaneris' card in 1974, a 290 average. Aside from that 1970 where he hit 22 home runs, I'm going to call this the best Campaneris card of the dynasty. When you combine the solid defense, he's a 2, and the AAB, you know, great bat handler, base stealer, base runner, and a 290 average, and he draws some walks against righties. So it's a great card. 2-5, triple 1-13, and he lands the triple, one of the 8 triples he had. A's on the board, 1-0. In a tight game like this, they're going to bring the infield up. Mike Hegan, 37, single 1-17. He gets it. 2-0. Runner at first for Reggie. 6'11", first X. This is Mincher, a 3E10, just a tiny bit better than Tony Perez, who's a 3E13. It's a single dot dot. Would have been a single dot dot off of Perez. Just 3 spots in E rating improvement is the slight improvement there. You have runners in the corners. Hey, Joe Rudy's an A-bunter. You got to bring it up. 6'10", third X. So instead of being a double play, it's a ball hit to Menke, who's a 2E15 with the infield up. Got to stay out of the ground ball B if you can. So there's a ground ball A with the infield up. In that situation, he gets the runner out at first, 5-3. Runner at third holds. Runner at first goes to second. So you got second and third, 1 out. They'll keep it up for Bando. 2-9. Another ground ball to short with the infield up. Won't score a run. And with 2 outs, it's on Averis. 59. Sky's the center. So smart move by Cincinnati, bringing the infield up for 2 ground balls that would have normally scored a run. Stays 2-zip. Top of 5th. Here is Dennis Menke. 45. Lies right. Bobby Tolan of the Bells, 1-7 Ks. And Dave Concepcion, 66. Double 1 of 12 off the Hunter card. He gets a double. Cesar Geronimo, 1-6 for Geronimo. Single dot dot, and the Reds are on the board. It's 2-1. As expected, back and forth blows by these teams. Don't expect there to be much distance gained in versus the opponent in this series. 2-1, runner at first, 2 outs. Geronimo C-stealer. He'll stay there because Morgan walks a lot. 2-7, Morgan walked. Now you got first and second for Pete Rose. 5-11. Second X, you got Dick Green, 2E8. And he makes the play. 2-1. Bottom of the 5th. Let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
All right. Classic baseball continues from Oakland. Bottom of the 5th. Gene Tennis. 37 is a walk. Dick Green. 45 off the Nolan card. He connects. Nolan's actually better against lefties than righties, so this is a clean double to right field. The right fielder is totaled with a -2 arm. No, Tennis will just stay put at third. That's fine. So they'll go second and third, nobody out. Last inning, they brought the infield up. But you got 2 runners that could score if you get a single dot dot. I think with nobody out there, with Claudio Washington, a D-bunter, they're going to actually play it back. They don't want to, give up a run here. You have to get a ground ball to short, second, or first to score the short or second to score the run. So they'll play back for Claudel. 54 off Nolan's will pop to third. Now it gets interesting. Now you're going to bring the infield up for Campaneris, who's an A-bunter. 1-4, lefty question mark. You got to tag up here if you can for Tennis. He's reasonable. He's an 11. 12-13. Pete Rose got a -1 arm. He's going to run on a 12. He scores on a 12. Wow. Great legs for Tennis, for your catcher. Break up the catcher, folks. He's an 11 runner there. And Rose has got a -1 arm, but he's still barely tight play at the plate. And Johnny Bench is a little ticked off. He thought he got that glove in there, but so Green ends up at third. It's 3-1. There's 2 outs, and it's Mike Hegan. 1-7 is a K. 3-1 game. 6th inning. Tony Perez. 37 is a walk. Johnny Bench. 1-4 is a 5-4-3 double play. Don Mincher. 1-9 is a walk. And Dennis Menke. 48 is a pop to third base. That's tough. Bottom of the 6th. Reggie. 47, single 1 to 7, cannot get it. Joe Rudy, 53, first. Bando, 33, pops to third. All right, late in the game here now. Nolan's a starter 7, Hunter's a starter 8. Neither can pitch into extra innings. As a matter of fact, only starter 9s can by my rules, and we don't have one for either team. Right. So no starting pitcher will go into extra innings in this series. That's been an interesting talking point in previous years. As we go to the top of the 7th, it'll be Bobby Tolan. Reds need something here soon. 2-2. We have an injury. Fly ball to center and a Bobby Tolan injury. Well, when your starting right fielder gets injured in the World Series and you go to the bench and you find somebody better, The 283 hitting Tolan will exit with an injury, and then 300 hitting George Foster and his 23 home runs will play right field in the bottom of the inning. Unreal, folks. All right, 1 out. It's Dave Concepcion. 1-6, single 1-6. He gets it. There's a break. Now you got the tire on his Geronimo. He's the star thus far for the Reds with the RBI single. Concepcion's an ace stealer. Down 2. I think they're going to show a little more patience in game 1 here. They'll let Geronimo swing. 67 off Hunter, single 1-4. Missed it again. Tough to get that one. 20% shot. Missed it twice today. And with 2 outs, do you want to get a guy in scoring position from Morgan? Morgan walks so much, it's not like he has a lot of opportunities to get a hit on his card that'll score a runner from second. So, they'll let Morgan swing away. 2-5, well, that was the right call. He walks again for the 3rd time. By the way, could you imagine if Joe Morgan played second base for the Dynasty Oakland A's instead of their counterpart with all those walks, joining the Oakland Walk Parade? Both teams have walk parades. Who are we kidding? But my goodness, that's a scary thought. The other scary thought I had is, what if the great Don Sutton, the Dodger pitcher, pitched for the Cincinnati Reds in the 1970s? Oh my God. Anyway, I digress. Let's get back to the game. We got 2 runners on and 2 outs. That was a mound visit, by the way. Pitching coach came out to give Catfish Hunter some tips on Pete Rose. So here he is, Pete Rose, 2 on, 2 outs. And here's the pitch to Pete. 43 off Hunter. First X, Hegan, very good. He is a 2E10, one of the 2 Oakland first basemen in this game, joining Don Mincher for the Cincinnati Reds. 2E10, and he makes the play on the range. If you're wondering about the E rating there, this, when you don't see a parentheses here, this is a reflection of fielding rating, and he's a 2. So that is the result. You plug in. Inning's over. Stretch time here in Oakland. Low-scoring classic on the way. We are enjoying Shuggy Otis, the Inspiration Information LP, Wings of Love, double disc set. I often play this. You've heard this a million times if you've been following the Oakland games. Great stuff from the early 70s, and then he did another record in the late 70s, early 80s, and they put them together in one package. Okay. Bottom of the 7th inning. Gary Nolan isn't going anywhere. Both bullpens are strong. A's probably a little stronger. Actually, yeah, I think the A's have a much stronger bullpen and much stronger starting pitching. Reds have a much stronger offense, probably. As we go to the 7th. Steve Olivares leads off. 67, he Ks. Gene Tennis. 2-7, single 1-10. Can't get it. Lines out. And Dick Green. 66, flies to right. 8th inning. Can Oakland improve their defense? Yes. They're going to, since Claudio leads off the next inning, they won't pull him. They'll pull Olivares, and they'll put Rusty Torres in center field. Free substitution in this game. No pitcher comes in the bat. We don't do that. It's just free substitution. You can move players around through the DH. Top of the 8th, 3-1 game. Catfish Hunter's out there. Raleigh Fingers warming. And only 1 MVP in this inning scheduled to bat. Here's Tony Perez. 43. First X. Again, this is... now you have to put in the E rating because he's an E10. So you can't get a result on that. 8. You see this 8? You can't get a result on that if it's a paren because he's not an E8. He's an E10. So you got to put the proper result in. Generates a new result. Ground ball C. Ground ball C. And now Johnny Bench had a double play and is 0 for today. 63. Another slow start for Johnny in the World Series. Second X. This is Dick Green at 2E8, and he makes the play. And with 2 outs, it's Don Mincher. 6-11, pitcher X, Catfish Hunter. E9, pitcher, ground ball C. And Catfish Hunter brings a 13-1 record for the 2024 season into this World Series Game 1. Has a unique opportunity. I don't even want to jinx the dude, but he has a unique opportunity to go 16-1. Just saying. He's 13-1 now. Bottom of the 8th. Gary Nolan isn't going anywhere. Claudel Washington. 53 rolls to first. Campaneris, 5'11". Second X, Joe Morgan, 1E13. These teams aren't going to make a lot of mistakes, you know. It's the way it goes. You have to take advantage of every mistake given to you by the opponents, and so you don't want to do that. 2 outs, Mike Keegan, 112, Lomax. Here we are, 9th inning. I could go fingers, I could go Hunter, I could go matchup. You got righty, 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 lefty. But I'm just going to go Catfish Hunter. He's the best pitcher probably in the American League against righties. To face Dennis Mankey. 111, misses the walk column, grounds the third. Now it's George Foster. We haven't looked at cards because we haven't had any offense, or virtually none. Let's take a look at George Foster. Inserted into the game for that injury a couple innings ago. He can't even get into the starting lineup with his 75 card. Ken Griffey can't even get on the roster right now. That's how stacked the Reds are. 75 Foster, 323 home runs. Would win the MVP 2 years into the future in 77. Joining a cast of MVPs. Here's the pitch, George Foster. 65 off Hunter this is it, folks. 111, fly ball the rest, and that's fly ball the rest. That's, yeah. You just got Catfish Huntered, George. It looked optimistic to get on base, but it's 111, fly ball the rest for the best pitcher in the American League. And with 2 outs, the game will come down to Dave Concepcion. Let's look at Dave. 73, probably the first year of his career where he put both things together, the offense and the defense. A 287 average, the best to that point. A 2 defense, the best to that point. He would improve on both of those later in the decade, early 80s. A stealer. Here's the pitch to Dave Concepcion. 55 off Catfish Hunter is a ground ball to short X. It's all up to Campaneris. He's had problems in previous World Series. But today he makes the play, and there is game 1. Pretty simple, folks. Combined ERA of 4. We got 4 runs. The one guy gave up +1. The other guy gave up -1. That's your ball game. 3-1 final. Catfish Hunter beats Gary Nolan in a battle of complete games. Thanks for checking this out. We'll see you tomorrow for game 2.